Hey everyone, it's Max here from Reptile Fanatics. So today we're going to look at how I put together a temporary juvenile gecko enclosure. Now, this is something that I ordered online. You can get it from Alibaba, AliExpress, Amazon, Dick Smith, wherever you are in the world, you can get one of these. Very, very easy to put together. Basically, a few sides, a base, and no tools, nothing required. It all slips and slides into place. It's kind of like an aluminium or a false aluminium, but can sit outside, has steel mesh, which is ideal for UV rays, but otherwise, watch me put it together. So at first, it's a little bit niggly, so you have to make sure you put the sides up at the right time, at the right place, and make sure they all fit in perfectly. Otherwise, you'll put in things on the wrong side, and you have to do a lot of playing. So it took me longer than expected. The instructions weren't great, but it's very self-explanatory. So it just requires some common sense, a bit of mucking around with it. Otherwise, once it put together, I was quite surprised with the integrity. Now, at first, I thought it wouldn't be that structurally sound or that stable, but it was actually okay once you put the whole thing together. Everything slides into place. It's got a nice easy opening door, and this is the final product. And as you can see, it's actually pretty cool, and it's perfect for baby geckos, especially for what I'm using it for. I needed it in a boreal terrarium, so something nice and tall for some native New Zealand juvenile geckos. Now let's watch further. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot of space for substrate, so what I decided to do was, as you can see, they give you this like solid carbon or piece of carbon to put on the bottom, but I was thinking, okay, well, to get some substrate on the ground, I'm not exactly going to have anything dug in or vegetation and a lot of soil, so I was thinking, okay, when I put it all together and I'll get it actually ready to go, I'll put a very loose or small bit of substrate, which we'll see coming up, and then I'll fill in the rest. Now, it wasn't the greatest weather outside, but one of our adult forest geckos was out and about, loving the little sprinkle of rain we were getting, but otherwise, wasn't a great time to do the enclosure outside. As you can see in the South Island, not a great day. You can't see it, but it is raining, so I was thinking, all right, let's take this inside. We'll put it into the garage, and we'll set it up. Now, from the snippet we're going to come up, basically what I had to do was on the bottom, I put in a plastic liner, just so I can put a small or a very shallow level of soil, so they have something soft to walk on the bottom as a substrate with some loose bark, this nice bushy bit of native vegetation I got from Mitre 10. I've put in the bamboo hides. I've gotten lots of loose branches, some thick branches, just to have plenty of areas to climb on. They actually ended up climbing all over the mesh in the end, but anyway, make sure you put in your little dish of water, obviously, and then I of course added a dish of fruit coming up, so a nice little slice of orange. Now, native geckos actually love fruit puree, like fruits of banana, orange, pear, anything mashed. I've even made them like a sugary or honey oat mix, which they love as well. So as you can see, just put it in there. They've got everything they need. Now let's get these guys in. Alright, once I got all the lizards in there, I could see that they were starting to climb around. As you can see, that guy's actually shitting on his tail, which is pretty cool. But they were climbing around, they were enjoying their new, their new little temporary enclosure for the next few months until they get a little bit bigger. Then they'll go into a much larger enclosure outside. But this isn't staying inside, it's just because it's a terrible day. I don't want to put them out in the rain, basically, and I'll wait for the next day. Tomorrow, we're expecting better weather. But as you can see, This is the final enclosure. Now, there's actually a few lizards in there. You can't really see them. They're very, very well concealed, but check it out. This is the next day. Now, it's a nicer day. So it looks small, but it's surprisingly spacious. Now, these guys are really small. They're about 2 to 3 inches, 4 inches in length with tail. Some of them, the bigger one is, anyway, the bigger Northland Green, but otherwise, really, really simple enclosure. I do like the flexibility and the fact that it's not heavy. You can move it around even with things inside. Although I don't know how structurally sound it would be if if it was to maintain a lot of weather. So I would imagine on very, very rainy and stormy days and windy days, I'll probably move it into the garage, and then on calmer days, it'll spend a majority of its time outside. But as you can see, it's got its bamboo hides. All the little guys are in there. Gonna get some good sun today and gonna get them some flies. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing, if you love the content. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next one.